All right, coming in at $93 after plenty of testing, trying green, blue, now onto steel blue steel, I should say. I've made a competitive deck using Oswald and some other pretty underground game pieces, if I don't say so myself. Most notably, 3 big Grandma Tala, 4 Tinkerbell, very clever fairy. I've talked about this card in some other videos, and believe me, guys, this card does crazy stuff. Now, something that's great about this deck is 4 Along Came Zeus. Okay, so we ramp to Tala turn 3. Turn 4, she can sing Along Came Zeus. Extremely good, right? Turn 5, you can then, or turn 4, you can then shift Big Tala and do Grab Your Swords if you need to. Not to mention just get to a Tinkerbell turn 4 and then sing Grab Your Swords turn 5, which isn't the best but not the worst. All right, something interesting about the version I've landed on here is I think it's close to 21 drop items, all inkable. So let's see, 4, 12, 16, or sorry, 14, 16, 16 one drop items. Let's see, 10 of these items are banish this item, doesn't need to be ready, don't need to pay money. In Magic, you call it instant speed, but these things just, you can get rid of them off the battlefield to combo with Tinkerbell as soon as they land. The other 6 1-drops, you're only paying 1 to banish them, and you don't need to tap them. Okay, so they can come in tapped, and you can still blow them up to get the Tinkerbell synergy. And of course, this is going to lead to the Tinkerbell loop with Oswald. If you happen to have an Oswald out and a Tinkerbell, it can lead to some crazy stuff, okay? Sometimes you can play an Oswald out early, and it can live by the time Tinkerbell lands, and the turn Tinkerbell lands, you can start looping. And sometimes it's worth it just to wait and hold Oswald till you play them both. You know, imagine playing them both turn, whatever, 6, turn 7, and you have 3 or 4 items on the field that you can blow up as without spending money, or with spending just $1 or $2, right? I mean, just think about what could happen. 1, that's insane ramp. 2, you could be creating loops with Oswald. And then if you happen to have a Maurice's Workshop, you're just drawing cards like crazy, okay? So you may have noticed I also don't have any Fishbone Quills, but 4 Stone Dragon. Stone Dragon we're very rarely paying for. We're basically just waiting to hit it off of T-Po, or we're paying for it late game, okay? The thing about this deck is that it's ramping early with Sail the Azurite Sea and T-Po, and then your Tinkerbell is going to just do insane ramping for you almost every game, right? So this is kind of like a control deck too. Down to 1 Hades and 2 Tinkerbells. Hades dealing with big chunky things, and Tinkerbells can help deal with the wide boards, right? And also 2 for 1-ing after the fact, right? If you really need to, you can shift her, but I don't think I've done that once yet. Let's see, where was I? So yeah, we have 2 Let It Go. We have a lot of removal here that can deal with kind of a variety of decks, right? And the idea is just to kind of control the board state, stay ahead on the board state, get some lore here and there as you can, and then get Talas out and just collect a lot of lore just from inking, right? The nice thing about the big Tala is that she can land and get you that little burst the turn she lands to win the game, right? What else major things am I missing here? I've done a lot of big Talas. Big Tala, sing whatever you want with her, heal her up, and then use her as bodyguard and quest with your the rest of your stuff, right? You use Fortisphere to make her bodyguard. Give her the resist with the Arendelle shield, and then you're a little more free to quest with like your Oswalds and your Tinkerbells and stuff. Anyway, this deck I probably played, I don't know how many games, but quite a few, and it wins. It wins against the meta decks. And people don't really know what they're up against until it's too late with this deck. So you can really catch people by surprise, and then you can kind of compete late game too with the powerful decks that do all the powerful late game stuff. Alrighty, that's it for now.